everybody, my name is Sarah Kostreva. I'm with the Style Garage, and today we're working on showing you a little bit of curl and using texture with different types of tools. This is my beautiful model Amber, and I did half of her hair already for you just to save some time. And I kind of wanted to show you how it looks when it's cooled and done. Now it's very springy, has a lot of hold to it, and I'll kind of show you how to make that happen. The styling products I used on Amber, we used some BODY.BUILDER, SMOOTH.AGAIN by Kevin Murphy, and we use some DAMAGE.MANAGER by Kevin Murphy. The DAMAGE.MANAGER helps with heat. We do that all when it's wet. If you want these real bouncy curls, if you want them to hold, there are two things that have to happen. One, you need to make sure you have a holding mousse or a BODY.BUILDER mousse like the Kevin Murphy, or more of something besides like a cream. You want more of like a hold, like a high hold volumizing mousse. Secondly, you can see Amber has short layers through her interior here. If you had hair from here all the way down to as long as her longest piece is here, you're not going to get this hair as bouncy, as a longer piece of hair coming down. The weight of that hair will maybe make it look like this. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So when we go ahead and utilize different shapes for your partings, it's gonna give you a different curl. We want a real springy curl like this, you're gonna use more of a square shape like this. If you want more of a real loose curl, you're gonna use more of a vertical shape like this. Always starting from the bottom and working up is gonna give the best results. It gives the hair a chance to cool underneath without you trying to rough it back up. All right, so really, really important. You take your comb, you're going to comb through the section first. Okay, she's got a little bit of static in here, no big deal. We take the session spray. We're doing a layer of session spray, immediately followed by your fingers. Another layer of session spray, followed by your fingers. Now you can see all the static, all the cuticle that was kind of frayed out is now really nice and smooth. Now there's a couple different ways you can go. You can go ahead and take your iron and you can go back with it, or you can go front with it. You can alternate if you want. When you start getting to the front of the face, you always want to curl back. So I'm going to go back with this, and you're just going to start by wrapping it around. The tapered end is always pointing down. You shouldn't need gloves to really hold anything. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. I'm using a Hot Tools iron. Naturally, your fingers will start twisting so it doesn't look like it's flat. You can see how it has more of like a twisted shape. That's what you want it to do. As you can see here, she has a lot of base in here. Now that all is done with the curl stick, okay? If you're not holding your hair straight up at 90 degrees and then placing your curl stick in, and you're going more like this, and you're starting your curl down here, you're not going to get the base. So you want to make sure your curl stick gets nice and close, but the biggest thing is if you put it close and you're not at 90, you're still going to get flat. Hold the hair straight up 90 degrees from the head, whether it's the side of the head or the top of the head. Get that curl stick under there, and then start your rolling. You can see we already put her part line in here. That's where she likes to part. She likes to have quite a big swoop bang on top. So she does like to part there. So we already placed that in there, and then we work around from there. This I'm gonna wanna go back. We're gonna want a little volume back here. So I'm gonna make sure that that's what I create. This one I'm not even going to really spray a whole lot, just because I don't want it to really take too much of a form. I just barely touched it with the comb, and I'm just kind of taking that little bit of texture through this area. The worst thing is to have too much curl in a bang and then try to figure out how to get rid of it. Okay, so she's all completely curled. The front is still cooling a little bit. This is all good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some more session spray. We're just going to do a little bit of a layer of session spray again by Kevin Murphy. This bang is now cooled off. We're going to go ahead and twirl the shimmer spray. And the shimmer shine spray is really, really nice, especially for her type hair texture. What it's going to do is it's going to loosen the hair and make sure that it looks very soft. We don't want to walk around with all this this curl that's just really springy like this. So we're just going to go ahead and spray on top of the hair and let it fall down. If you have very fine hair, I would recommend doing the hand spray. This, and you can just do a patted. From there is when we soften the curl. Now, depending on how soft you want to go, you can do a couple things. You can actually take a blow dryer to this and really loosen it up. The one thing you don't want to do is rake it with your fingers. You don't want to put your fingers through and just start raking it. You can, it'll give you a lot of little curls, but the biggest thing we'd want to do, we're trying to do more of a wave look here. So we take big sections and we just start grabbing and pulling. Another thing we want to do is we want to get the part lines out of here, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're just going to take some big sections. We're just going to start working through here. Now you can tell a small section square pattern here versus a long one. Now we're going to get to the base. We're just going to start working our base out. If you did not let your curls cool, you're probably going to get about, I would say, probably be about 20% as curly as this is. So, not very curly at all. She could probably go for probably 4 or 5 days and it'll just get looser and looser and looser and looser and looser. What's nice with a curl stick is the ends don't look like this, like a curling iron. So when it starts falling, it just gets to be a looser wave. It doesn't look like everything fell out. So day 1, you can have your hair just really soft and beautiful like this. Day 2, you could probably still have it a little softer, just a little less wave. You can rake it over to the side, put in a cute little pony, things like that. In our next segment, I'm literally just gonna show you how to twist it over and do that little side pony thing, day 2, day 3 hair. Put a little teasing at her base, and then just to show you how to work the bang in. So visit us for that, and I'll see you then. Thanks.